From the Strip in fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada, this is Pub Crawl, where each week we struggle to recall our adventures in and around Las Vegas, giving a unique perspective on the best places to tear it up in the entertainment capital of the world. Now, without further ado, here are your hosts, Alicia and David Ivey.
Awesome, I love it. Hey there, and welcome to Pub Crawl, the best source of Vegas-y drinking goodness. I'm Alicia.
I'm David.
David's hitting the Christian Brothers brandy.
I'm hitting the
over
Christian
here.
Brothers brandy. That is nasty.
Smooth.
Wow. Well, you said we got brandy in the cocktail of the week, and I'm like,
Well, I didn't get
What
this.
is that?
I got this for cooking before.
oh, yes, you did. You bought the
I brought the not the best.
plastic bottle. It's good
Right.
stuff.
Yeah, it's great.
Hey, you know what? It's not bad. What is brandy? Wine, right? It's like really old. It's like good wine, bad, like
It's brandy.
overly fermented wine. I don't know what brandy is.
It's brandy.
Brandy, brandy, brandy. Whoa, that packs a punch, though.
You like it now?
Oh, now I do. I feel better.
Well,
Oh, we're doing a
welcome
show.
the live studio audience. Welcome to live chat room.
Chat room. Oh, so what are we doing?
Are you talking about making our cocktail?
I'm gonna delay that because the cocktails is complicated this week. I'm just kind of.
It's not that complicated. It only has what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ingredients. That's not that bad.
All right, well, let's get it started.
Let's do it.
Cocktail of the week. Here we go, making the cocktail. Ice in the bucket.
Oh, come on.
Oh no, wait. Ice in the. What? I remember I talked about this a couple months ago. You make the drink in the glass and then yes.
Put everything. Put the cherry in the cocktail shaker with ice.
So what are we doing?
Okay.
Well, first off,
So you're making
I didn't do a
two.
graphic because I wasn't around a computer, so we just got to tell them what it is.
Okay, this is an East India cocktail.
That's very piratey. I should have saved this for a pirate thing because it's the East India Company, very worldly. I was looking at for punk rock cocktails because of what we're talking about on the show, and I don't know how I got to this.
I think you got sidetracked again.
Oh, and then I was looking at downtown. Oh, you know what it was? I was looking at Fremont and like East Fremont. Is there any cocktails called like the Fremont or something? And I saw East and it had ingredients we had. So okay. Anyway, way too much information.
Look at
Okay,
you.
what are we doing?
Okay, so first I'll list the ingredients for people listening
Right.
or watching. So 1.5 ounces of brandy, 1/2 ounce of Jamaican rum, 1 dash of triple sec, a dash of bitters, a dash of pineapple juice, and 1 whole maraschino cherry.
And we don't garnish, so we'll skip the cherry.
Unfortunately. Okay, so you're making 2. You're making 2.
Yeah, make it 2. Wow, excuse me. Okay, so it's 3 ounces
3
of brandy.
ounces of brandy.
All right, that's 1.5. 1.5-ish. Okay.
Okay, 1 ounce of rum.
Now we're not using Jamaican rum, man. We're using
We're
Sailor
using
Jerry.
the Sailor, which is
How much rum?
1 ounce for 2.
1 ounce for 2, so there's only a half per? Mm-hmm. Well, that sucks. I'm going to do 1.5. Because that's not. Now, this is overly proofed rum, too. This is 92 proof.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Audience wants you to add more.
Yeah, well, we're almost out of room in the cup.
Okay, a dash of triple sec.
A dash I can do, because I'm not a big. This is orange liqueur, by the way. Nothing but the finest. Vaughn's brand.
Well, that's okay. Heritage.
Is that a dash? 2 dashes?
That's a dash.
Okay.
A dash of bitters.
Love some bitters. We're using the Pichard, right? No, we're using Angostura. Haven't opened that in a while. Okay.
Break the bottle.
A dash.
A dash. So more than that.
Oh, I kind of petered north though over that. All right. All right.
Okay, and a dash of pineapple juice.
I don't know how you do a dash. I guess a splash.
Yeah, that was good.
All right. And that's it?
Yep.
That's not
Shake.
enough. I can tell you right now, that's going to fill one of these. Probably mine, because, see, mine's considerably larger.
Oh, that should be mine.
All right. I don't think that's...
Shake and strain, topped with a cherry if you have
Well,
one.
we ain't got no cherry, but that ain't going to be enough. But we'll see. That's ugly. By the way, well, it's not supposed to have sailor, which is brown, so that might have been the problem. Well, I don't know. That's not so ugly. It's kind of pretty. But that's not really big. All right, have at it.
Okay, before I drink, I'm gonna talk about the drunk term.
Which, okay.
Because this might be.
Yeah, well, good confidence.
My drunk term. This week's drunk term is a fartini.
A fartini.
That's a badly executed martini.
Oh, well, we might just be having that.
Let's see if I'm having a fartini today or not.
Whoa, is that good? You don't like that? It tastes like pumpkin pie. It tastes like pumpkin pie.
It wasn't what I expected.
It tastes like pumpkin pie.
It does. That's weird. Must be the sailor.
How does that taste like pumpkin pie? Oh my God, that's great.
East India pumpkin cocktail.
No, there's nothing to do with anything. It tastes like pumpkin. How could it even taste like pumpkin? Oh, the bitters?
Spices and the bitter, and I bet Sailor, because Sailor's got
spice rum instead of Jamaican rum.
Yeah.
Oh wow, we just invented the
East Indian
holiday the Salem Indian
fartini.
The martini, yes. The pumpkin fartini.
Pumpkin fartini.
It's all right, pumpkin martinis.
Pumpkin fartinis.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Oh, I like it.
Not what you expect.
Not what you expect. Anyway, without further ado, let's get on to, let's take a little break and come back with the adventure.
Let's do it.
3, 2, 1. Oh, I need to come up with something funny to say. 3, 2, 1. Wow. But the co-host. Really, I have to say watching. Well, I'm doing.
That's how you do it. You better
Really?
watch. There
Okay.
you go.
I got it.
We are the Odds Couple.
Hi, my name is Scott Pritchard.
And I am Anthony Padilla.
You're watching the Vegas Video Network.
You are.
You are. We are too.
A fartini, pumpkin flavor. Anyway, so we did some crazy stuff this weekend. Okay, there's a couple things that we do every year. We do Viva Las Vegas, which is really important. We do
Star Trek Convention.
Which is coming up in August.
At the Rio.
We do Punk Rock Bowling.
Which was last weekend.
This was last weekend. So these are three things. We do a million other things, but these are the three things that we absolutely will not miss no matter what. So Punk Rock Bowling was last week. We unfortunately were only able to go for one day and didn't really even get to go into it because it's the whole pizzeria kind of got in the way. But we still got to do some stuff. So that's going to incorporate into what we're talking about. But it's all kind of sparked from this email that we got from Frank from Utah, which is not a very deep email, by the way. Sorry, Frank, but I paraphrased it. It was like 4 pages long.
Well, his email says, "Yo, kids, what's the funnest, best bar downtown?"
Okay. That's a bold question. But you know what's
a wide open question.
It's actually a very relevant question right now because downtown right now, if you were a time capsule from, say, 2011 and then woke up in 2013 and went to downtown,
it's so different.
You wouldn't even recognize it.
And I can't believe the changes, like just reading about new things that are coming up.
I don't even know.
I'll go over a couple of them later, but how much they're hipping that place up, and it feels so much safer now.
Unreal. Now, the only problem is what we're really talking about here. We'll get into Fremont Street experience a little bit. But for the record, when we're talking about this, we're really not talking about Fremont Street experience. You know, the under the dome thing. That's where the Fremont and the California Club and the Golden Gate and all that stuff is.
Although there's still some good bars down there, like that was at 777.
That's no. Oh, that's in Main Street, but that's not even anywhere near the
no, that's just far away, but that's downtown. That's fun.
But that's what I'm saying. Most of the stuff under the canopy, I still think, and I'm sorry, and I'm going to apologize now, and I'll talk about it later. I still think most of that stuff's lame. So I'm sorry it is. I don't
You just have bad memories from...
It's not even that. I think it's...
The bad Ray Guns days.
No, it's homeless, it's crazies, it's the big, fat people. I don't know. I got a problem with
So what? Oh, you're a little sour. See, I like downtown.
But anyway, what we're talking about is East Fremont. Once you get out from underneath the canopy and you go out. I'm not saying there's not stuff under the canopy. We're going to talk about some of the better things to do down there. But the outside of the canopy. So starting there.
Starting on the outside?
Yeah. As soon as
Okay, so you may want to explain the last bars before the end of the canopy, so people know. They
Well, the
orient
canopy
themselves.
ends at 3rd Street, right? Or right after the new D, which used to be Fitzgerald. So right past that, and then there's all the little tchotchke shops and all that crap. And then right there's Neonopolis, which is outside of the canopy, which used to be an eyesore. It still is an eyesore, but it used to be just a waste of space. Apparently now it's cool. Drink and Drag is in there. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Drink and Drag's there upstairs.
Yes. Okay. Drink and Drag. Heart Attack is there, which I love.
Heart Attack was a very fun bar.
I don't know why people don't talk about that place.
Because I don't think people know. And we talked about it. We did a show before we went in there. And of course, they've got the, go in there and eat the giant burger and weigh yourself and everything. And if you're over 350 pounds,
it's free.
It's free. But if you go to the bar, they serve pretty cheap drinks. And they're those shots. They serve like in little.
Well, let's talk about the drinks. We'll
tubes.
get into those, the syringes.
The syringes. And those were what, 3 ounce?
3 ounces
3
of
ounce shots.
in a Jello
straight
shot.
of booze, or you just like.
And they squirt it in your mouth.
We had a couple of those, and our friends were
They got.
kissing each other's heads.
Yeah, they got a little closer than they should have.
Like, what are you guys doing? It's like that it freaked him out.
And then one of them couldn't stop, went kind of partially blind. Really, for the rest of the day was couldn't see. I mean So
the drinks were strong.
Highly underrated. People don't talk about Heart Attack Grill as a bar. The bartender's amazing. I don't remember her name. Nurse. She's the head nurse.
Head nurse.
Because all the waitresses are nurses, but she's the head nurse. She works behind the bar. And
they've all got bios. You can go read about them. They're on the
you can
on the
get
wall.
the 22-ounce cans of PBR or Budweiser, and they're in a paper bag. And I think they're only like $4.
They're cheap, and plus, I mean, the fun of that place is you go in and you get the little hospital gown.
You have to wear the gown. Everybody has to wear the gown. I don't care how cool you think you are. You're wearing the gown when you go. You have to. You're not allowed in without the gown.
The great equalizer.
That's what I called it. Everybody's equally stupid in here. We're all wearing a dumb gown. They're spanking you if and you get cheap drinks, but they will mess you up. They will absolutely. I think it's a great place. Highly, highly underrated.
Yeah, I think between that place and then going to a place on the Strip, Coyote Ugly.
I know, it's very similar.
That's another place where it's like strong drinks fast, and you're just like, what happened?
Yeah.
Who am I? What's my name?
Right. In fact, you almost need one of those 4,000 calorie hamburgers after you've been there because it'll mess you up. So right across the street from that, though, there's that whole complex. The Hennessy's Tavern, Mickey Finn's, Country Saloon, all that's right there. I'm not a fan of really any of it per se. The Country Saloon's, I guess, okay if the right band's playing or the right thing is happening. Reverend Horde Heat played there, that'd be all right. It's upstairs. It's hard to find. It's a kind of a weird thing. I don't think Hennessy's Tavern's all that great of an Irish bar at all.
I've had a good time at Mickey Finn's before.
Mickey Finn's, I'm saying Hennessy's.
Yeah,
Mickey Finn's is all right.
I remember Hennessy's.
It's kind of a beach bar out there.
Their food's not bad.
And if you like deep fried fish, that's the place for you. No, I do like it there. So as soon as you pass all that stuff, now you're literally on the corner of Fremont and Las Vegas Boulevard. And now East Fremont starts. And now
you could start seeing the new East Fremont because right on the corner, on the east side,
northeast
is Park.
Yeah.
And we talked about that a couple weeks ago. That place is very cool. It's just like visually awesome.
Right.
Inside, outside.
Inside, which side, we don't know.
It's all just lovely.
That's great. The pizza place next door, Brooklyn, New York Pizza, whatever that is. The old pizza place is across the street. But anyway, for the punk rock bowling, which all took place right downtown. Right behind all that, there's a big empty lot, and every year they just fence it off and put a big stage, and Devo played, and the Subhumans played, and Black Flag played, and
Bad Religion, which I'm not a big fan of.
Yeah, but we can go into that later. We can go into
Subhumans.
that. Yes, Subhumans, which is what I wanted to go see. But anyway, couldn't see any of it. It's a 3-day festival. But at night, all the bands would go out and play clubs. Not those bands, but other bands would come in and play around. Same with Viva Las Vegas, which is the big rockabilly festival. The big acts all play at the Orleans, and that's where the festival is. But other acts play all over town all weekend. So if you can't get into these events, it doesn't matter. You can go around town and see all kinds of cool stuff. So last year, we just had seen English Beat at Punk Rock Bowling, and then we went over to Bunkhouse, and they were playing again at night out in the parking lot, and for like 30 people. And that was even better. So that was last year. We thought, let's do that again. So we went to Beauty Bar this time. Now, show started at 10:30 because the show ends, the Punk Rock Bowling Festival ends about 10. That gives you about a half hour to get over to Beauty Bar. 3 bands were playing. We showed up in front of Beauty Bar. Now, first off, the whole Fremont Street is just packed with punks. And it was like, but cool. It was really, really a cool vibe. We walked right through every one of them and went to our bar. Screw you guys. We're going to the parlor. Because we go to the parlor probably once every 2 weeks.
And the parlor is in
El Cortez. It's the most killer bar. It's this fancy schmancy, old school Vegas-y bar in the middle of the El Cortez. And that's where there's like an Elvis impersonator who we see every time, but we miss his act every single time.
Yes, he's an award-winning Elvis tribute artist,
There it is.
John Brooks.
In fact, if you're looking at the screen, we are usually sitting 3 seats from the left,
Yeah, it's
right
a pretty
there in the
small
middle.
bar, but then they've got little tables, lounge areas you could sit at. But this guy plays from 6 to 10, and I think we always get there at like
10:05,
9, like 9:58.
The
He's
drinks are
wrapping
cheap.
up.
We get Jack and Cokes. I think they're $4.
Yeah, and they pour a pretty good drink.
They pour a great drink. I think it's like $4 for a Jack and Coke. So we'll sit there, have a few of those. So we walked right through all the punks, through El Cortez, and it's always funny to see like real punks playing like craps as you walk through. I thought that was really funny. Like chick with the denim jacket on and the mohawk, and they're throwing dice. So like, this is a really cool vibe. We walked through all of that.
Yeah, you do wonder what tourists think. I mean, a lot of them probably are tourists,
No, they're
too, just
all
like
tourists,
regular
yeah.
people walking through the streets and going, what the hell's going on here?
Well, people probably thought this place is going downtown. This is going downhill. I mean, if you look around and saw what, like, everybody's in spiked jackets and everything, it was like, this is gone.
It was cool.
But it was a festival. So we go to the parlor. Love the parlor. I would put the parlor in my top 20. Did I say that?
Ooh, really? Bold statement.
Would I put the parlor in the top 20 favorite bars?
Probably.
Whoa, that's a bold
Yeah, that
statement.
is.
It's
I'm
an
gonna,
awesome.
I'm going to make a note of that. Top 20, David.
Price being a really good contributing factor to that.
Yeah, and I mean the bartender's really friendly.
Oh, great! Yeah,
I just
there's
I
like
got
old
to see
man.
that Elvis.
Yeah, there's like the old man bartender that we don't get, but you can tell he's been at the El Cortez since it's opened. And then we get this young Mexican kid, and he's like the greatest guy. He knows us by name. He's like, "Dude, Jack and Dice." We're like, "Ew." He's like, "Yay!" And like, he's like the great guy. So we go to him all the time. So anyway, went in there, had 4 drinks, which cost us less than $20. Stumbled out of there. We go over to the beauty bar, and there's a band playing out front of the beauty bar that's amazing. It's like a 9-piece band with banjos and
Washboards. They look like
and drums. They gutter punks is what they
gutter
look. Now,
punks.
actually, we initially had an allergic reaction to them because they look like those hippies that have ruined New Orleans.
and they're starting to ruin Vegas too.
Yeah, there's these kids.
That bring all their dogs with them.
Those grimy little kids.
Yeah.
But these guys happened to be in a band that was awesome. I mean, they were playing very kind of almost spiritual, kind of singing, whatever. Anyway, with the washboards and everything. Turns out they're the first band playing a beauty bar. How smart was this? They realized it's punk rock bowling. Not everybody has tickets to go see them, Gambler's Mark, which we love, and Cashed Out in Beauty Bar. They go play on the street.
They played,
get
and they
people-
played about 3 songs, and they had a big crowd around them, and
Yeah.
then everybody came in.
Right, and got them in. So
And the band's name was Dirty Kid Discount.
yeah, which was a fitting name.
Yeah.
They were great. So we went in. They played again, which is great. The beauty bar is actually a lot bigger than you think it is. It looks just like a little crappy bar with a little stage. And I like beauty bar, but then you go in the back where you had to have a ticket to get back, which we happen to have. And it's this huge, they got a big trailer.
The trailer's the bar.
Yeah, it's cut out and there's a bar in it. It's really, really a cool place.
Yeah, good stage. So we played Kevin Seconds from 7 Seconds.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Oh, so it was Dirty Kid Discount, Kevin Seconds.
Gambler's Mark.
Gambler's Mark, which was not, they didn't look anything like, I've got their albums, and it's like, I had no idea that's what they would look like. Total rockabilly band, guy stands on the big bass and the whole thing. And then Cashed Out, which is a Johnny Cash tribute.
Cash.
And they play Johnny Cash just straight. Like, there's not even a twist. Like, they don't do Johnny Cash, but like rocked out, nothing. It's just a straight.
It was really good.
And he's really, really good. So we had a great time. But in between all this, we at some point decided we had too much to drink. I don't know. I don't know what happened. We're like, we had too much to drink. So
I think we're just hungry.
well, there was that. So we go, wait a minute, La Comida just opened up next door. So we stumbled out, So can we get back in with our stamps? Yep. So we're like, all right, we need to eat because we can't be like this. We
And
literally
La
walked
Comida is a new Mexican place that just opened up.
right behind it.
Like
6th
2 or
Street.
3 weeks ago?
Yeah, it's on 6th and Fremont. We know the manager. And we didn't know we knew the manager, but a couple weeks ago we were down there and he was just standing on the corner. We're like, hey, he's like, hey, he worked over at our favorite place, which I'm still the mayor of, Cananita at Palazzo, which is the Venetian in the mall, which is a great Mexican restaurant. And he was the guy there. I just thought and he's like, oh, I'm helping open La Camino. Like, oh, awesome. That was weeks ago. Now they're open. We go in. You got to go through this back little alley thing. You get in. It's awesome. There's what we call the Ivy seats. There are seats. There's no question that the bar is inside, but outside there are 2 seats outside of the bar. Outside, like out in the outside.
There's an outside seating area, but then there were it's kind of like if we were sitting right here, and then the restaurant's inside. But it's like the Ivy spot because we would be at the bar.
Right.
But outside, that's our favorite.
So we didn't even go in. We just hopped over the little fence and just sat at that bar. We ordered the $25 steak and mushrooms, so I know we were drunk because if we ordered that, I don't know what we were thinking. Because I looked at that later.
We're normally cheapskates.
We ordered the $25 skirt steak and wild mushrooms over roasted poblano. What? What were we thinking? But luckily, it gets better because luckily. Our guy comes up and goes, hey, we're like, hey, what's up? And he's like, what'd you order? We're like, the steak, which made us sound cool because we ordered the most expensive thing on the menu. He's like, I'm going to bring you something else.
Like, something also.
We're like, but no, we don't have steak. No, I'll bring you something on top of that.
We want our steak.
Yeah. So we got that, but then he brought us some kind of pork mole thing that was friggin' amazing.
Like all the food there was delicious.
I was like, holy crap. He's like, you got to get it. It's our specialty, whatever. So we had the chips and salsa, we got that. We're shouldn't be eating. It's pool season. And we're like, chips and salsa. Well, we had to soak up the booze because we went to the parlor and we were like just going
and there's lots of cops around. You don't want to get, any trouble there.
Reminds me of the story going home.
You should talk about that later.
I will.
Danger, that was horrible.
Well, I'll get into it right now. Fast forward 7 hours later, we're driving home. Going through the airport bypass, if you guys know where that. I mean, anybody knows?
And for us going home, we're going towards the McCarran Airport.
Yeah, going like into McCarran Airport, kind of. I'm driving on a 2-lane interchange, going from the 15 to the whatever to the airport.
And it curves around.
Coming the other way, a car on the wrong side of the freeway went right by me the other way.
Yeah, right in the fast lane, right next to you.
I was like, "Are you kidding?" So it was one of those situations where I saw him coming a mile away, so there was no real danger for me per se. I saw him coming. I'm like, "Holy crap, he's on the wrong." See, he must have got on in the airport somehow, and I don't know.
That's crazy.
Came around, I saw him, but he's not in my lane. I'm flashing, honking, like, "Oh my God!" He's like, and he goes by, and I look behind me. I see 100. This is 4 a.m. I see just a bunch of cars also coming into our area because they're trying to get onto the airport. I look down. I'm like, I'm not even. I was a mirror. I'm not looking, and so I never know. I don't even know what happened. He just went right into a bunch of cars coming onto that thing.
He must have avoided them because I looked in the news. I couldn't find anything unless they just didn't report it. But that's bad. Scary.
And that same night, the whole 15 was closed because a bunch of people died right here in Charleston. So I was like. It's this town that drivers are hideous. So that's why we go, and we'd rather be fat and alive than skinny and dead. So that's why we'll eat La Comida to that more chips because I'm not doing that. So
defensive driving.
Yeah, that's it. And the first defense is a good Mexican meal. So anyway, we go back in the beauty bar. It totally kicked ass. Had a great time.
Ran into a couple friends who just got kicked out of.
Oh, yeah, they just get kicked out of Triple B. Oh, no.
Country Saloon for...
Oh, you don't even tell them what they're kicked out for.
For doing something horrible.
Something in the bathroom. That's how you know it's cool. Oh, that reminds me. That was a... When you're at a bar and you're pretty drunk, you're like, I gotta go get some food. And some friends show up. They're like, we just got kicked out of the blah, blah, blah. We're like, wow.
Punk rock.
Maybe we all have a problem. Are we... And I'm thinking this is the coolest thing ever, but like somebody else would look at this situation and go, oh my God. Like if we were on like a reality show, it would be like, people would be watching us like this.
What's next?
Like they literally got to go eat because if they don't, they're just going to fall asleep on the street. And then they run into their friends, just got kicked out for doing something on the back of the toilet, in whatever. And we're like, yeah, dude. I'm like, what the? I'm like, maybe we got a problem. Which reminded me of a joke. Now my new car, I have XM, so we have the comedy station, which is the greatest thing ever.
Oh, yeah.
There was a guy going, you may be an alcoholic if you go into a bar and the bartender knows your name and you've never been in that bar before. And I'm like, oh my God, that happens to us at least every week. Every week.
But that's not because we're alcoholics per se. That's just because we know a lot of bartenders.
Well, I'm thinking that, and we're in one town. So, I can't tell you how many times we go into a bar that we've never been in ever, and the guy's like, hey, Dave, Alicia, oh my God, instead I'm like, oh my God, it's because he worked at somewhere else before, and now they're here. And
it's such a service-friendly town, so you're going to know people switch jobs all the time around here.
So, yeah, so I don't know, we were so excited to run into our friend that just got kicked out of the whatever bar for doing something on the back of the
whatever.
We're like, yeah, woo, all right, let's go drink. So anyway, we were out way in the wee hours because, again, sober up, have a bunch to eat, and then see the car going the wrong way on the freeway and go, see, that guy didn't stop and get La Comida before he went. What do you think of La Comida? I like the whole vibe. I hear it's pricey. I don't remember.
You know what? I've heard that too, that the food's good, but it's pretty expensive. But I mean, we ordered the $25 steak, but that's actually not bad. The portion was big. It was delicious.
We were going to split it.
Yeah.
They gave us, he hooked us up on something else. But I mean, we would have had that and been fine. That's how we do Mexican food. The next morning, we ended up at Pink Taco. This isn't part of the adventure because we can't get enough chips and salsa.
We eat more Mexican food than anything.
As my chins will tell you, I love them tacos. So I
like tacos.
We ended up at, and I think we learned a valuable lesson there, which we'll probably cover later. Which Garduno's closed down at the Palms, which used to be our go-to Sunday brunch thing.
Did we ever talk about that?
No, we haven't even gotten into that because it's a painful subject for me, and I really don't want to talk about this.
Oh.
But the Palms, it closed down. Now it's a sports bar. We went there, and I've got great pictures of the food that I didn't like, and the music I didn't like, and nothing about it I liked. Anyway.
Well, so we're sad because they used to have the
all-you-can-eat brunch.
The brunch or the buffet.
Right.
The buffet and then bottomless pitchers of margaritas.
For $16.
And then you can just sneak into the pool. So we used to just get...
They used to be at the Palms. Now it's not. So thanks for now making everybody feel bad, not just me. So anyways, but now Pink Taco has expanded. Pink Taco's in the Hard Rock. That's the Mexican restaurant in the Hard Rock. I hate the name, too. We talked about this in the show. Would a 12-year-old boy invent the name of that place? Yeah. So they've expanded the patio. Only sit the patio or the bar, but the patio's awesome, and it hangs out into the Hard Rock pool, which is fun. As long as it's not rehab day, Sundays, go, because it's great. We went there that next morning and learned a valuable lesson. Get chips and salsa. And we split the carnitas, which I liked and you didn't, but I loved. And they charged us $1.50 to split. But we got 2 separate rice and beans. I think we got more. It
seemed like even more than normal.
Yeah, that was really good. So we had a pretty good Mexican food. That was going to be the theme of the show because we had so many tacos and shit this weekend that I'm like, woo.
I'm actually down. I'm pretty happy.
I think I don't know how.
I've kicked my metabolism in from not starving ourselves. Now we're eating again.
So
it's good.
So Beauty Bar was kicked ass. La Comida.
La Comida.
It's on 106th Street. It's right behind Commonwealth, which we still haven't been into. And
the line's always so long.
It's got some famous chef runs the thing. I don't know who he is. Some famous dude, but who cares? It's really good.
Food is good.
I would eat there again. And so all in all, the whole night was a success.
Back to Frank from Utah's question. Oh. What's the best or funnest bar downtown?
Okay, you're right. That's part of the topic, wasn't it? Okay, so I just made a big list of places we've been, and real quick, without going on forever, Mickey Finn's.
I had fun trying to catch a lobster there before. I think they took the lobster machine out. So if that's gone, then that's out.
Yeah. Downtown Cocktail Room is so amazing that we go there once every 2 years.
We used to go there a lot.
We did.
A lot.
And I would still. It's awesome. Yeah. And I was just going to say it's one of my favorite places until I realized we haven't been there in 2 years.
Been there in a long time. Yeah.
So how awesome could it be? I mean, even though my memories of it are great. I like Vesper at Cosmo too, but I haven't been there in 2 years.
There's just so many bars to go to.
We just don't go there. It is amazing, though. I would highly recommend. I don't know if it's fun, though.
I've
never been like, woo, I'm at the downtown night. And it's just more like, this is a very finely crafted cocktail.
Well, so
It sounded like a fun time.
Before I would have said that was one of the best bars downtown.
Oh, it's one of the best bars. Like,
So-
just pure awesome bar.
So he's asking best or funnest. But if we're focusing on fun,
Right.
let's just focus on fun.
Yeah, so that's how. Griffin, always fun. And I don't even know why it's fun. It's just as fun.
Because you're sitting around fire.
That's it. The Griffin, which is right next to Beauty Bar, and all those right there. It's really, it's just such a cool design. They have $2 hams, which sucks, but it doesn't matter because it's $2 and who
$2.
cares? Right, so it's really
Buy
good.
a round for your friends. You'll be a hero.
Yeah, so I would put Griffin on the list. Pching. Insert coin. Also so awesome. We haven't been there in 2 years.
Insert coin. I mean, depends what you want to do. If you like playing video games, go there, hang out. But I've always thought it's too crowded.
And too expensive. It's
Yeah.
kind of it's for having a nerdy vibe with the video games. It's not. There's like DJ McSpinny Cool over there, and the crowd is kind of. It's not as fun as it should be, even though it's pretty fun. It's not. I don't have anything bad to say about it. It's just we don't go very often.
Yeah.
And it's hot. They don't realize that all those consoles, those CRT monitors. Oh my God, it's 500 degrees in that place.
But it is fun,
No,
but
it is.
not.
It is. I'll put that on the list. Vanguard, you've been to. I never have.
I like Vanguard.
Well, that's all we
It's
need.
small. Drinks are good.
Right.
I don't think I'd put it on my list though. I've been there twice.
It's almost also like this is a very fine non-fartini. Right.
Yes, they do not have fartinis
No,
there.
yeah. Vegas Country Saloon. If the band's good, it's good. If it's not, it's not. I don't know. I would just go there.
We saw a good burlesque show before there.
We
That
saw
was
the
good.
best burlesque show ever there.
Yeah.
Or
So
one
that
of them.
place could be, but not. It's not fun all the time. Next one, Hogs and Heifers. That's fun.
A1. Don't just go there. Don't forget everything else on the list. Just
Has the studio audience been to Hogs and Heifers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just go to Hogs and Heifers.
Yes, they like it. It's fun.
Don't even bother with everywhere else. Just go there.
But also don't go in there with the. I don't know what to expect. You walk in there and the girls will scream at you,
Through a bullhorn.
like through a blowhorn. It's not.
Our first trip there, we hated it.
Well, we went there, I think, in the morning, like way too early, and like, what is this place? And like, "Wow, wow, wow,"
Yeah.
and we were the only people in there. It was like, what? Just shut up.
I know, it was bad.
Shut up. You're
But
too
if you
loud.
go there on a Friday or Saturday, and it's people go, oh, it's a biker bar. No, it's not. I've been to it's not a real biker bar by any stretch of the imagination.
So what's a real biker bar in town?
Mr. D's.
Mr. D's?
Don't go to Mr. D's. No, wait, go to Mr. D's. It's a lovely place, and I'm sure the owners are fabulous people. And I'm sure the Hells Angels that go there are also wonderful human beings that I'm sure that I'm going to stop talking right now completely about that bar altogether.
So that's our biker bar.
No, you don't want to go to a real biker bar unless you're a real biker. This is a biker bar like
We are not
Margaritaville is
bikers.
a beach bar. It's not. It's a cartoon beach bar, and this is a cartoon biker bar. It's awesome. Chicks are hot. They're sassy. They're paid to be sassy. And
They
fun.
dance-
It's
they
it's like
dance on the
Coyote
bar.
Ugly. Yeah, it's exactly like Coyote Ugly with kind of a classic rock biker theme. Awesome.
And actually, the girls dance on the bar, but then any females can also get up on the bar and dance too.
And we've seen more junk
stuff.
hanging out of underwear in that place. Not from the girls that work there, but from the girls that go there like, I would have danced on the bar too. And like, oh man, honey.
It's always good people watching.
Yeah. We got a chat room question.
Chat.
Kat Sakawa, sorry, Kat, wants to know if you guys have been to Herbs and Rye,
Yes.
and what do you think about that? And then Dr. Von X says, did you guys go to Park on Fremont, and what do you think about that?
Well, yeah, we talked about Park. We like Park. I like the drinks.
Love
I like
Park.
the
I love the
art.
art. I love the taxidermy because I'm a taxidermy freak. I love it.
I'm not crazy about the food so much. It was a little pricey.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was fine. I like Park at Fremont. Herbs and Rye we initially hated it, and then we went back and initially loved it.
Well, we initially, I probably explain a little bit more. So the drinks and the food there are really good. They've got one of the best menus or drink menus in town because
Yes.
it's all separated by age of the cocktail. So
Pre-prohibition, post-prohibition.
yeah, and they've got a great cocktail menu. The thing we didn't like about it, and we haven't been back for a while, was just that they were blasting music, like inappropriate music in there all the time, and inappropriate is just like
Loud.
we're just sitting there. It's like whoa, whoa, whoa. In the middle of the day, it's like come on.
Yeah. No, it was even day, but it was early evening, 8 o'clock at night. Apparently their food's amazing. It's this awesome kitchen. We're having a spin on an aviation, and I think you're having a Negroni. And we're sitting there like having this like kind of fine evening, and
And there's
DJ
just
Spinny
two
Spins
of us
over
at the
there
bar, and it's
is
just
like
blasting music.
blasting just hip hop like the worst type of hip hop you could possibly imagine, like just inward central, at decibels you can't even fathom. And it's 8 o'clock at night at a classy cocktail joint. We had a big problem with that. We went back later, and if you go later at night, it's more fitting. Like, oh, okay.
It turns into a club.
And it makes sense. It all makes sense. And we got to know the manager, the owner.
The owner.
And they're really good people. It's Herbs and Rye is a really cool place. It's a little off the beaten path.
It's doing really well. Too.
And they're doing really well. So no, I have no problem. Again, it's so awesome. We haven't been there in 2 years. So. Again, we've got a million other things to do. It's not because of them, but I like Herbs and Rye. Hogs and Heifers, A+++. Awesome. I want to go right now. Let's go.
We're heading out.
Triple George, which is next door, which is moving.
Oh, is it?
Somewhere right around there, but it's moving out of there. I don't know. Some kind of news thing. I don't know. I was thoroughly unimpressed. Maybe because we walked in, it was all politicians. Literally, it was election night, and they were all in there, like all the local Titus and so and blah blah blah. We're all in there. I'm like, this kind of feels douchey. I don't like this. Oh, I'm not supposed to say douchey.
Don't say that.
I lost a friend over there.
Yes, you got unfriended on Facebook for saying douchey.
Right. 'Cause douchey.
That's awesome.
But no, Triple George is okay. I mean, I guess the food's good. We ate. I wasn't totally amazed, but I'd rather have been next door at Hogs and Heifers the whole time I was in there. Same with Mob Bar, which is right there too, which is also another classic cocktail place, kind of like Herbs and Rye we're talking about. Okay, I'd still rather be at Hogs and Heifers having a shot of Jack.
Well, we've been to Mob Bar, I think, once.
Yeah.
It was nice.
Yeah.
But it wasn't fun. We didn't have a fun night that night.
The D is something that I'm not inside enough to think is cool. I know a lot of people, and I know a lot of people that are really inside in Vegas, and they all love this guy that owns the D, and they all talk about how awesome it is. And since I don't know him, I don't think it's as cool as everybody thinks it is. But everybody that knows Derek, the guy that runs the D, thinks this place is awesome. But I don't know him. So I'm like, I don't know.
Well, I would say I like what they did with the long bar.
I guess.
They cleaned it up. He cleaned it up. It looks nice.
I guess everybody talks about, oh, it's great. Like, is it really? I mean, it's kind of like if a friend said, I made this souffle for you. Eat this souffle. You had to go, man, that's really good, man. Thanks for that. Or if you just ordered a souffle at Denny's, you're like, I don't know, it's okay. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know this guy. I'm not. So I mean, I just think it's a little overrated right now amongst the people.
Amongst the Vegasy crowd.
Amongst the Vegasy crowd, I think, including maybe the owner of this network. Sorry, Scott. But I think everybody that knows Derek thinks he's such an awesome guy. They talk about how awesome it is. I wasn't impressed.
Well, I will say I've never had a bad time there.
No. But we kind of get in and
we used
out.
to hang out there a lot.
When it was Fitzgerald's,
the Fitz was the shits.
Yes,
nice.
it was.
Fitz was
Fremont, I've never been, but you and Dave used to get the semen drinks there.
We did. We used to get the semen drinks at the.
It's a pina colada.
It was a pina colada out of the pina colada machine in the back, and I don't know why we were like, that sounds really good, and it just had a bad consistency.
Yeah, it's not totally frozen.
It's kind of stretched and not like weird, and we're like, oh, these are great semen drinks.
I didn't go. I'd never.
But they were cheap.
All right.
But we're like, I can't finish this. And you guys, you all know Portland Dave.
Yeah,
so it's like me and Portland Dave drinking semen coladas. Not the best.
Like, you just like drip it on your face.
Not good. Not good.
Like,
Classy.
Just spill it on my back and.
Yes.
So I don't know about the Fremont Golden Nugget. Now I've had some stories with the Golden Nugget, boy. Woo!
Oh yeah, you do.
See, I still say Golden Nugget kicks everybody's butt downtown. Everybody.
Kicks nuggets?
Kicks nuggets. It does. There's that Rush Lounge we like. I think that's what it's called. It's kind of that cool. It's a little expensive for downtown, but it's that cool round bar. It's dark and moody.
Yeah.
There's like a saxophone player guy in the back.
Yeah.
It's like, wow. I can just hear do 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 do.
Careless whispers.
Yeah. I just
do 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 do.
I just hear Careless Whisper every time I go there. I did go and meet a friend of mine at Red Sushi and had the craziest night of my entire lifetime.
Oh, you're not going to go into that story, are you?
I can't mention names, but I went to Red Sushi and ended up.
I guess you can mention it a little
I'm not
bit.
go into that. That's something we should have a whole like. What's your craziest adventure in Vegas? You were out of town. I met a friend at Red Sushi. When I showed up, he was already in a fight at Red Sushi. And so I had to like jump in
with two
like,
ladies.
as soon as I got there.
With ladies.
Yeah. And like I had to jump in like right about like what? Like it was like, oh, like I just got there. Like, oh my God, the sun's still up and we're fighting. Oh my God.
Verbally fighting.
Yeah, and then it just spiraled down to a crack house. It ended up in a crack house.
Yeah,
Like,
he woke up the next, maybe like a week. How long was it? Days later?
I don't know. There was vomit and crack house involved. It was.
And the homeless crackheads had to call our friend's
Well,
significant other using his cell phone and
Come
said,
get your man."
Come get your man. They took everything he had but left his cell phone.
Right. You better come get him. So it was a night, boy. Woo! That's when Alicia goes out of town. Man.
Yeah.
Oh. And it started at Red Sushi, of all places.
So you like
I didn't
that
even know it was
place?
called Red Sushi. I walked in, it was like I said, when you know it's bad when you walk into a joint, you just walk in and your friend's in a fight. Like, well, here we go.
All right.
One of them nights. Good friend too. Mermaids never went in. I don't think I've ever been there. They got the deep fried Twinkies.
Oh, we've walked into the back and walked
By
out.
you. We walked through there too. And go, not my thing.
Yeah.
Vegas Club, I have no idea. Golden Gate, I have no idea. Plaza kind of had a place and didn't. Then they had that Anthony Cools like pool swingers club thing, which is gone now.
Yeah.
There's something else. I can't keep up with it. I don't have that kind of time on my hands. Main Street Station, though, we love. That's where 777 is.
Yes.
And it's killer. Awesome. That's a
Good
fun,
food, good.
That's where you go.
Cheap prices.
If you want to eat, you go to Main Street Station, which is not really on Fremont. It's kind of over a
That's it.
block. You can walk through the California and get to it, like over the top, over all the Hawaiians, and get over there. But it's
Should say over all the Hawaiians.
yeah, because it's all Hawaiians in California. And you go
Yeah.
up so I would go that if really go to Hogs and Effers. Don't pass go. Don't collect $200. Just go to Hogs and Effers. If you want something fine where it's not girls in shorty shorts, which I can't imagine why you'd want to do that, but if you don't like girls in cutoffs, Daisy Dukes with cowboy boots, dancing to Leonard Skinner and ZZ Top, which I can't imagine why you
screaming
wouldn't
at
want to
you
do that.
with a blowhorn.
But if you don't like that and you kind of got a highbrow kind of thing, Cocktail Room is downtown Cocktail Room is the place to go.
I still really like that place.
If you like mustaches and hipster more vibes, what we mentioned earlier. The park, beauty bar, Griffin, those kind of places.
And Commonwealth, we haven't been there yet.
I
But
guess.
it's supposed to be great.
Is that the lights on? Do we have a question? Or is
Oh.
One more from the chat room.
Right.
Cat Koala said he's coming in December and he wants to know if you guys think Herbs and Rye is a classy enough place to warrant a cab ride downtown.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Well, the good thing about Herbs and Rye is it's not very far. It's so close.
It's a little bit of a drive.
Not really. It's Sahara and like Valley View. I mean, really, depending where you're staying, if you're staying downtown, it's not a long drive at all.
Yeah,
The
if you're
cool
staying
thing
downtown.
is, here's what you do, which we should do right now, is you should go to Herbs and Rye, and then on the way back, you go to Frankie's Tiki Room, which is right there, maybe not even a mile from Herbs and Rye.
Charleston and the 15.
Yeah, and then judge the two, because we still think that's the best bar.
That is an excellent idea, because then you can loop back, and for sure, you're going to have a good time at Frankie's.
Yeah, Frankie's, I mean, that's what we should
If the music's too loud at Herbs and Rye, go to Frankie's.
Because if the music's too loud at Frankie's, who cares? The music's awesome. It doesn't matter.
Right.
Like, oh man, this Yama Sumac song is way too loud. It doesn't matter. Or the Bomboras, it's too loud. You know, in fact, we
The
should
surf
go there.
music's too loud.
We should get out of here and go right there right now. Give you my suggestion. You had a couple things just to tackle really quick, but I don't know if you want to go into it because it's getting kind of late.
I do. I'm going to give a quick rundown of things that have just happened. So the Gold Spike, we talked about the official closing a couple weeks ago. We went and we drank there all Sunday.
On the closing day. We were on the news.
We were on the news.
You see, we got an email
Yes.
from a listener that said, hey, is this you guys? And we're like, oh my God, it is us guys.
We're standing in the corner. Yeah, it was the closing day, and they're trying to deplete all their alcohol. So it really was, we hung out there.
Right.
It was fun. It was kind of sad.
We opened, immediately.
It's reopened. I thought it was going to be
figured it out
closed for a
because
couple months.
all the
I think I'm.
this would be the Sailor Jerry cocktail.
Is
I'm
this,
inventing it right
this
now.
is a fartini.
Yes.
He's made me another fartini.
Yeah.
So
So
anyway,
because Punk Rock Bowling had all their parties at the Gold Spike. Like, what? Gold Spike's closed. No, it's not. They just took all the machines out, and apparently it's not. There's no gaming.
right. So they stripped it out. No games. Still have a bar, but they've got 2 pool tables. They've got a big bed as soon as you walk in. They really kind of classied it up and made it into more of a lounge.
Because when I think classy, I think a big
bed. Well, okay. If you go to the website and look at the pictures, I'm sure it won't look clean forever, but.
Right.
But I mean, I think it's for all the Zappos employees to have a place to hang out. And the old cashier cage they turned into a DJ booth. Oh. And
We gotta go check it
they've
out.
got a shuffleboard on the floor. I mean, it looks really cool. I mean, I don't know. I definitely want to go and check
I like
it
that
out.
they only closed it for like 2 weeks and then reopened it.
That was a really fast remodel.
Nice, good way to go.
Couple things that are also going to happen if you're local in Vegas and you've heard of a place called Nacho Daddy.
Which was right up by our house.
They're opening downtown a location. I don't have the.
Good for them.
Yeah, so
We didn't like it.
they're
but,
doing well.
Yeah, we weren't. I don't know that I didn't like it. We were just.
We're nacho people.
We are nacho people. We are your people, but we're nacho
We're
people.
nacho people. But yeah, we weren't overjoyed when we
Right.
had it. But I mean, good for them. They're
Yeah,
opening.
good for them. Absolutely good for them.
And then a new thing that's going to happen if you've been down, kind of see they're working on. It's called the Container Park.
Now wait, I want to bring this just into this. I've heard of the Container Park. Again, all the insiders are talking about the Container Park, and I'm inside enough to be embarrassed to go, what's the Container Park? I don't know. You know, it's like when everybody, it's like that band that if you're all your friends are talking about, you're like, oh yeah, they're great. I don't really know who that is.
Well, I
don't really know what the Container Park is. We walked through it on the way to Punk Rock Bowling. I'm like, what are all these containers doing here? It's like, oh, that's a Container Park.
But they're not like a little container. They're big containers.
I don't even know what this is.
Okay.
I've been too embarrassed to ask.
Okay, so I had to do some research because I also we're walking around downtown. I'm like, what's all this stuff?
Yeah.
It's like big old containers. Okay, so they're supposed to launch in spring, but now they're going to launch in fall officially. And the containers, so it's going to be like a whole outdoor shopping area. They're going to have a stage. They're going to have different little shops, and all those things are going to be inside these different containers.
So it looks like a mini mall or like a mall.
Yeah, kind of like an outside mall. So there's a couple of things that I just went to the website and looked. So they're going to have a fire-breathing praying mantis that they're bringing in from Burning Man. It's 40 foot tall, which should be pretty cool. They're going to have a Bolt barber shop, so guys can go in a classic barber shop. They're going to have a pet store and dog run, so you can bring your doggies down there. And they're going to have an outdoor stage, so for like fashion shows and music and spoken word. So you can go down there and you can perform your spoken word.
That's what I've been dying to do.
Yeah.
And I threw the rock! Sorry, my Jello Biafra.
They're going to have a I can't read my own handwriting now, Pinchy's Tacos, a taco stand.
TJs Tacos.
Oh, no, it's not Pinches.
That's got to be, right? It's got to be PJs.
Oh, maybe. But isn't that a curse word?
That means fucking tacos,
I
right?
learned in
yeah,
junior high.
Yeah, pinche, like you friggin'. That's a good name. I always thought.
It might be Pinches.
Stop. How white is Alicia?
I don't know. I've
Pinches
never spelled
Tacos.
it. I've only said it before. I've never
Pinches
spelled it.
Tacos.
Pinches Tacos. Whatever.
I've always thought that. What was the name of my taco stand I wanted to open? Oh my God.
Pink Taco?
No. Oh, it's something like that. What's stupid? Pendejos. I always thought
Oh, yeah,
Pendejos
you mentioned that
tacos would be
before,
real. It's a
Pendejos,
great.
but somebody
PJ's
took
tacos are the good.
Pinches.
Yeah.
Fucking
Pinches
taco.
tacos.
Well, shut up.
Weren't you born and raised in Southern California?
Well, I just heard it and could say it, but I never spelled it. Okay. Pork and beans, which is going to be a beer and sausage container.
Oh, that's good.
Sounds good. And then a bin 702, which is going to be wines on tap. And for the ladies, for me, salads and paninis and wraps and like more healthy.
So these are like these containers. They look like they're like the size of the stage, right? And they're just these like they're like Rubber-made buildings.
But they're all different shapes too. So I mean, we're just kind of seeing things sitting around.
Yeah, we saw it. And we're like, what is going on here?
But I mean,
and
they're getting closer to getting it assembled. But
Well,
it sounds really cool.
Well, there you have it.
Oh, and I've got a. Oh, do we have time for a Hey Bartender next?
No.
Or I've got a tip for this Friday.
Okay, well then do that. Well, let's take a break. come back and do the
Hey, bartender.
break and bartender.
Hey, bartender's next.
Yep.
I got my tip for Dave
Traditional
Williams.
media believes that after about 3 minutes, you'll tune out. Most Vegas media companies think if it doesn't jiggle, you won't tune in. At the Vegas Video Network, we think both are wrong. The Vegas Video Network is the first and only live online broadcast network that specializes in insider news and expert views about Vegas. We combine great storytelling with the ability to watch when and where you want on your computer, mobile device, or television. Discover the real Las Vegas. Visit VegasVideoNetwork.com.
So we just got a chat room response to David's pronunciation of Pinch's Tacos.
It's BJ.
That it may be a Basque word for tapas.
Maybe.
So tapas tacos potentially, possibly, and that was from Kat.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
I'm
thank
saying,
you
I'm
for
saying
it might be something other than a curse word.
I don't know. I'm sticking to my. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. But it's supposed to be good. You know, we like tacos, so we're gonna try it.
So, you want to do this email or you want to do the tip? Because we got...
Well, since we just opened with the segment, I think I'm gonna go follow through and finish it.
All right.
Okay, so this is from Steve and Ann from Facebook. Facebook question.
Oh, we do have a Facebook page.
We
That's where
do.
this came from.
Excellent.
All right.
Okay. Hey, David, Alicia. What is your favorite hotel to stay in Las Vegas, and or which hotel would you want to stay at if you could stay anywhere in Las Vegas?
We used to stay here a lot. I always would say the Venetian. But
At the Venetian?
I love the Venetian.
Okay, so I also like the Venetian, but I would say which hotel would I want to stay at? I would want to stay at the Palms because we've been to several parties.
I was gonna.
in
Oh
the
my God!
Palms.
Stop it!
I already wrote my notes.
No,
before.
you just stole that from my brain.
Because we went to the
No,
awesome. We went to the
no,
awesome
I call
party.
shenanigans. I was gonna say that.
with an awesome hooker, and it was like a
Oh, stop!
awesome
That
party.
was the best. I was gonna say Palms.
And I said Palms, but they had a bar in the room, and then right behind that they had a whole window, which was actually the big shower in the bathroom. And when you're in the bathroom, you can make
Stop it.
see through or not.
No, you're just.
that was a
from
good
my
room.
brain.
So I would like to stay in that room and have a party.
And the Palms Place, which we've been to parties there too, and that's just awesomer than the
Yeah.
Palms. Stop it! I'm not even gonna play anymore because you just stole that. That was not even fair what you just did.
that was mine. Sorry.
Because we've been to like 15 parties at the Palms, and every one of them have been awesome, and they always seem to be at the Palms, and the rooms there are great, and the
Yeah.
Palms Place was even better.
Oh, I've got my other tips. So
Oh, but wait.
my notes.
So the Palms Place, which I think is amazing. We've been to a couple parties at Palms Place, which is the condo unit / hotel next to the Palms. Everybody says
We've got like a great view. You got your jacuzzi, just kind of just looking out over the city. It's so
oh,
nice.
well, the party we went to at the Palms.
Or the bathtub. It's a bathtub.
Well, yeah, but the shower, that place, forget it. Apparently the Cosmo's cool.
Yeah, I've never stayed at the Cosmo.
I don't even know.
I initially had that of where I want to stay, but then I thought no.
See, stop it. Yes, that's what I was going to say. I want all the credit for saying what you just said.
Sorry.
So whatever you just thought Alicia said, I said, because you just stole that from my brain. Because that was exactly what I was going to say. Because I went through the same thought process.
I even let you go first, you see.
Yeah, but I was being like, what we have stayed at, I was like painting a picture, and you just jumped the picture. You Pollocked all over my Picasso. And then, no, because... So I had the
pina
same...
colada over it.
Oh, you collided on it. Oh, so... But no, because I thought the same thing. I'm like, Cosmo, Cosmo were supposed to be condos. I think they're supposed to be like Palms Place, Palms, Party, International Drug Dealer,
well, yeah.
DJ Party, Best Night Ever. Oh, my God. And like, Palms. Damn it. No, we've never stayed at Caesars. I don't even know where the elevator to the rooms are at Caesars.
Caesars?
Because every time we would try to stay there, that you could stay at the Hilton for $99, you could stay at the Rio for $129, you could stay at the Venetian for $149, or at Caesar's Palace for $4,865. And I'm like,
Yeah,
why
they
does
have
anybody stay
never,
there?
Never had any deals.
Never. I don't know. I have no idea why there's ever anybody there.
At least any time that we're looking at it.
It's crazy. Mandalay Bay, never stayed at. I hear the hotel is awesome sauce, but I have no idea. I've never stayed there.
Soon changing.
Out of all the places we've done Luxor, we've done Excalibur a lot. But
I would not recommend the Luxor. Now we're calling it the Suxor.
no, it's not the Suxor.
I
call it the Suxor.
I call it the Suxor. I have had several people I know stay there, and it's
Well, this episode brought to you by
Suxor
Luxor.
made me sneeze. Excuse me. Look, I'm allergic to the Suxor.
So, I like the Luxor.
I like walking around the Luxor, but I wouldn't want to stay there.
All right. Well, anyway, so I would say the Palm. Damn it.
Okay, well,
But I can't have the same answer you had.
Okay, we're moving on from this segment now. Shall I go into my tip for this Friday?
All right.
Okay, so we're going to start wrapping up now, but I do.
Yeah, after you stay at the Palm, you drive over to the...
So this tip is actually for our good buddy Portland Dave and anybody local in town. If you're really a big fan of Coco Austin from Peep Show.
Right.
So she's going to be doing the keg tapping at Hofbrauhaus.
That's free.
This Friday, it's free, starting at 7 o'clock, and it is for the Tap in the Dark Wheat keg, which you said is good. I've never had the dark wheat.
Well, I'm just assuming that's one of their beers. Their beers are really good.
So PD's liking that she's going to tap the dark wheat.
Well, that's what she does for a living. Well, no, she's married to Ice Cube. No, Ice-T.
Ice-T.
She's one pretty lady. If I didn't have to work, I'd go. You know, they have a lot of these celebrity cake tappings, but we've never been to one. So it's $80 every time we go. That's why we don't go. But
yeah, if you're in town, go check it out.
That's a good tip.
Go meet Coco.
Coco Austin.
Coco Austin.
Sure, it's her real name.
I'm sure it is.
Palms.
Oh, stop.
We stayed at the Paris. I wasn't impressed with Paris. I liked the Paris, but I wouldn't stay at Paris.
No? Okay.
We stayed at Paris. I was like, damn it.
Okay.
What about some of the new joints? Like, well, there aren't no new joints anymore. Palms. Those Palms. I would say
Like
the Palms.
I've rendered him kind of speechless.
I know. I'm just like
Has that ever
defeated.
happened? Ever? No.
defeated because you got my palms.
Okay, well, anyway.
You know, it's kind of convenient. It's convenient that we would both want to stay at the same place because chances are we would probably be together.
Chances are,
So.
unless I'm out of town, then I don't know what you're up to.
Oh, I'm at Red Sushi. No.
Getting into fights and hanging out with crackheads, apparently.
Thank you, live studio audience. Live chat room.
Oh, yes, and before we move on from that segment, we just want to mention Rob and Linda in the live studio audience from Canada.
Right.
Love Canada. And we got Dale and Jennifer from Dallas, Texas. Thanks for coming by.
So what do we do? Oh, I got to go through all things, and I got my notes over to you because I was throwing them at you for stealing my idea. Email. pubcrawl@vegasvideonetwork.com. That's pubcrawl@vegasvideonetwork.com. KSHP, which apparently we are all over that thing, 1400 AM.
Like pina coladas.
Roku. I found the remote to our Roku. We're getting carpet installed. And
Where was it?
I don't want to tell you where it was. But I found the remote. I'm like, hey! Because if you lose the remote to your Roku, you're screwed because there's no buttons on it. It's just a box.
Yeah.
Well, you can get an app for it, which is what we had to do. Anyway, but I did find it. Twitter, we're Trek Vegas, you and I. The Vegas Video Network is Vegas Video Network on Twitter. iTunes, audio and video, and YouTube, just video. Kind of how that would work. I think that's it.
Yep.
We do urge you to drink responsibly. That means go get fattening ass tacos right when you shouldn't be doing them. But
Practice defensive driving.
yes, and then watch out for people going the
Look out
wrong
for the
way in this
crazies.
town. And remember, we may leave stuff out, which we most definitely did, but we don't make stuff up until 2 weeks from right now.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Don't have a fartini.